Get it how you live. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Another day, another dollar. Let's see what we got. So today we see a gap down from the market, from the levels that we had talked about yesterday. Um, and we're getting down. We got down almost to or past 18,500 on the NQ. And we're looking a little bit more bearish today. We are below the ATR lows. Came up here and tested it and failed that real quick. So I'm expecting some more movement down as it's confirming a new downwards trend. 19,000 has been holding it very strongly downward. We do have some low floats moving, but all of them are cheap, pretty cheap. Pretty much under $5. We have TLG up here. TLG got a little torn up coming out today. Came up to its ATR high from yesterday and then has just been hugging the ATR from today, which is at 298. Not really being able to hold that too well. And then SBEV, yesterday aftermarket, SBEV went off. And this is one of those things where, you know, if it doesn't happen during intraday and it does this kind of move in aftermarket, you know, the following day may not be as strong. It's back up here testing this 435 again, forming what looks like a little bit of a double top. We'll see if any kind of news actually came out on that in aftermarket. But yeah, those are the low flows for today. TLG or TGL and SBEV. Let's go look into what's going on today. So today is the 16th. 16th, and we have Chair Jerome Powell speaking today. Economic outlook at discussion. Chair Jerome H. Powell at the Economic Club of Chicago, Chicago, Illinois. Okay, so we do have a speaker today. I don't know how that's going to affect anything. I'm most of the time it's kind of a overestimation with how much it's going to affect things. They really got to slip up. It's not like Trump talking or someone like that talking that can throw the market. But we'll see. We will keep our eyes open. TGL. Look at what this is. And also, let's look back at what happened yesterday from what we talked about. So I actually ended up trying out RKLB yesterday. I couldn't find a low float that was meeting my criteria, so I tried out RKLB. It was a green trade, but it just after the market kind of started really showing that it was consolidating, RKLB stopped doing what I needed it to do. So let's go look at RKLB real quick. RKLB. All right, so let's see where we were. So it was above the ATR, high on the 14-day Wilders. The ATR high with no pre-market was right here at 21. This is where my target was. I entered down here at 2046. Okay. It got going up and I was like, all right, let's go and touch this. And I just kept working my stop up, looking for it to just grind up to this 21. And I eventually moved my stop all the way up to Give me what I'm looking for. Okay. All right, so I eventually moved my stop all the way up here to this 2065, and I was like, all right, well, at least I'll lock in 20 cents on this, right? And I was looking for this thing to just continue to touch that 21. 21 was where I was going to be taking off half, and it dropped back. So it stopped me out on this drop back. So whatever, it was a green trade, and then it came and kind of hugged this ATR high one more time and got going. I was like, you know what? It's whatever. I liked this setup. I didn't like this so much because there was no real, pattern or anything. Kind of just chopped here and then shot up. But with the market at this point, the market was already going down, and so I definitely wouldn't have taken this trade. At least at this point, the market was over the ATR high and looking pretty good. Let's look at the time here. So the time I entered was what, 11 o'clock, and let's look at what the NQ was doing there at 11 o'clock. So let's back it on up. Okay, 11 o'clock yesterday. Here we go. All right, so this was the beginning of the trading day, or the beginning of the trading period. Let's look for 11. So this is 7:45, 8:30, 9. Had this big buy up, came back down, and here is the 11 o'clock. So this is what the market was looking like as I was taking my trade. It tried to come down, big come down. Then I saw this buying signal, or yeah, this little buying pressure here, right back up to the 19,000s. It came up, it failed again. And once it failed again, it was over the ATR high. It came and tried to get back to it, and I actually was taking my trade right up in here at 11 o'clock, looking for it to go and get over this 1980 whatever and get up here and start testing or getting over 19.1. And so it got up there, got up there, got up there, and this is when the thing fell and stopped me out, right? Failed to continue its bullish move and stopped me out, came back. And anytime I'm looking at the chart and I see it between the ATR high and low on the 14-day or the 14 bar wilder, I'm like, this is in consolidation. And so on the next time that it went up, it was in this move right here going down. So I definitely wouldn't have taken that trade, and it was below the 19,000. So I try to look for a little bit of like confirmation in other areas for, what kind of moves are going to be coming, especially on mid and large caps. If they're going to be following the market a little bit, I want to know this type of stuff. Let's see. So I pulled up TGL. This one's up 50%. It's a little low float, 50% move. So it has not had news since March 24th. Okay. So let's look at SBEV that shot up during aftermarket. Had to have some type of news, right? To shoot up like that. Nope, no news. Okay. So yesterday, I had already put these three on a no trade list: SNYR, SBEV, and MTVA. One was it had a high beta, but it was wellness and multi-brand distribution. This one was beverages and grocery, and all of these they were weak catalysts. They didn't have really strong catalysts on the day, and they just couldn't move. And so I'm glad I did not touch those. Let's look at where their charts are now. So let's start with SNYR. Whoops. SNYR. Solar Energy. SNYR. I'm tripping. All right, so this is what happened on the aftermath of that. So we saw this heavy spike. A lot of times I ignore that spike and I'm like, oh, that'll be all right. It'll get back through that. But I was like, you know what? Let me pay attention. I had already marked it up in pre-market. came down, never did get back above that ATR high. And so I like them to get back above the ATR high to trade them anyway. Came back down, broke the ATR low, and continued to pile down. Let's look at SBEV, SBEV. No catalyst there. So yesterday pre-market, there was some levels of previous resistance in here, 310, 289, all of that stuff. Came down and continued to struggle to get over this ATR high. Then coming at the end of the day in power hour, boom. No news, no reasoning, just straight up to what, $2, a $2 gain on that, and pulled all the way back to this top level of 230s and now back up. So nothing predictable there. So I definitely left that one alone. MTVA is another one that I saw yesterday morning. This one again, topping tail, coming down, not being able to break out of even its ATR with just the no pre-market. So the no pre-market is basically cutting out all pre-market and just starting from the close of the day and the previous day's ATR. And so if it struggled with just that and definitely couldn't get over the Wilders. So again, ATR low break and down. So that's why a lot of times when I'm looking at these charts and I'm like, yo, it's breaking the ATR low. That doesn't look, because I use these to do trends. So I'm like, okay, above this ATR, it's an uptrend until it fails. Below this ATR, it's a downtrend, and in between is consolidation. So that's how I kind of think about it and look at it. What else? MT, and then, okay, so now back to today, I see BCTX moving up. And we'll check this one out real quick. We already looked at TGL and SBEV. Let's see if BCTX actually has some kind of catalyst. It's up 36% and it is above $5 right now. It has 2 million shares traded on it. BCTX. Bria Cell Therapeutics. It has news. It has breast cancer news. That's a hot topic at all times. So let me go ahead and get my notes. That's definitely something I want to be looking into. BCTX. Bria Cell phase 2 survival data beats leading standard in HR plus breast cancer. And this is 17 minutes ago. So this is day one catalyst. Day one catalyst. This is let's look down through here. Median overall survival of 17.3 months in Bria IMT treated patients with hormone receptor positive metastatic breast cancer. Again, keyword breast cancer. So day one catalyst, and it is breast cancer. And I'll show you my notes in just a minute. Let me get them down first. All right. Markedly exceeds historical data of 14.4 months in Trodelvy, I guess. Survival data in triple negative breast cancer, no Bria IMT related discontinuations reported to date. Okay, clinical stage, blah, blah, blah. All right, in Bria's phase 2 clinical study in late stage MBC, 25 of 37 patients treated with ongoing pivotal phase 3 Bria IMT formulation were identified as having HR plus breast cancer. Now, what is the HR plus here? HR plus, copy that. Hormone receptor positive breast cancer. Okay, all right. HR or HER2 breast cancer, okay. Okay. So it looks like it's got some news out there for sure. Rarity. Okay, so 90 new cases per 100,000 women. That's a lot. 90,000 or 90 new cases per 100,000 women based on 2017, 2021. So I'm wondering, have these numbers increased, decreased? What are these numbers looking like now? I don't know. All right, so let's go back over to our here. Okay, so we know breast cancer is one of those that can go wild. This is a low float. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out for sure. We are truly impressed with the survival benefit data of the regimen that exceeds or meets those of Trodelvy and HR plus metastatic. And this is like the cancer that is can move from one part of your body to another. All right. So that one, definitely putting that one on watch. Let's go and look at some of its statistics. BCTX. What? I typed that wrong. Failed to fetch. Nah, bro. Don't fail to fetch. BTCX. Am I tripping? Oh, I'm like, what in the world? BCTX, Bria Cell. There we go. All right, so let's go to the statistics here. We got statistics of float of 3.2 million. Insiders have 12%. Institutions have 14%. We have a 5% short percent of shares outstanding and 5% of the float short. So let's go look at who's hold. Well, actually, let's go to profile first. Bria Cell Therapeutics Corp, a clinical stage immuno-oncology company, engages in developing, targeting, and targeted immunotherapies to transform cancer care. Its lead candidate is Bria IMT. Okay. Off the shelf, personalized, blah, blah, blah. It has license agreement with the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, to develop and commercialize soluble CD80 as a biologic agent for the treatment of cancer. Bria Cell Therapeutics is based in West Vancouver, Canada. All right. So we'll continue to watch that. Out of all of them, I think that's the one that's piqued my interest the most. But we'll see. It's got 3 million shares traded. And let's go to the holders. Who's holding this thing? All right. So I don't see any big names in here right off the bat, which is good because they like to play like they did yesterday with Mura, whatever that was. Mura. They played all day with Mura. This one had all of these wicks just absolutely destroying people. It had a very high institutional pool with some big names in there. So I know the big names made money, but the little folks, let's see. So let's go back over here to holders. It's almost 7 o'clock. Let's go to institutional holdings. Who all is holding you? Very short list of holders on this one. With Mura, this only has what 30 people on it. Let me go to 150. Okay, so it only got 30 names on here, and some of these folks have sold out. I'm not seeing any big names here. Okay. Look at their top holder here. 7,000. They have nothing. What? 7,000 shares held as of December 31st. So that isn't a lot. They don't have a lot of power here when it comes to shifting the narrative. Let's go to Market Watch BCTX. Okay. We got, let's see, 3.47 million. Bria Therapeutics, clinical trial, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Looks good to me. BC. Insider owning, 6%, 12%. With no big holders in there. This one could do some crazy things. We'll see though. Float 3.2 million, just like the other one said. Short percent float, same as the other one. Okay. No shelf registrations. So yeah, we're gonna see what this one is about. Let's go back over here to BCTX. So right now, what we do see is a nice little push down. Let's go to, I want to take note of these areas here. So this is from 574 back down here to 490. Has an ATR high down here at 424. And ATR high from yesterday at 485. Okay. But definitely has a little bit of selling off early. It's got 3 million shares traded. It is still in competition with TGL and SBEV. They have over 10 million shares. This one only has 3. So, you know, I just keep watching it. I'm definitely keeping this one on watch. Don't know what it's going to do on day one, but yeah, we've seen breast cancer go crazy before. I'm like, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing. So the previous, what was this? 15th, and then back on the 14th, they had a move up here. So it's been up here twice. This isn't his first go round up here. It's only up 20% today. Looks like it tried it again back here too. What day is this? This is last month. Let me go look at the larger time frame on this one. And also look at the beta. Beta is a 1.39. So it's a slow follower of the market. Let's go ahead and shift over here to the larger time frame. Let's back it on up. Okay, so BCTX is one of those we've seen before that pops. And like from here, it moved from 7 up to 21. Had a little gap down, but on this little move, 14 up to 18. That was in December of last year. Then gap down, gap down. And now we're at another bottoming point. Low is $3. Closed yesterday at 371, and now it's all the way back up here to around those 5s. So we'll see if it can't compete with the other ones on today. I'll definitely keep it on watch for the previous days or future days. just see how it does. It has this little gap here that was what, 417. But these top and tail wicks, we'll have to see what it wants to do with those. But very interesting. Maybe it'll become the number one on the day, maybe not. But we shall see. 484 is where it seems to be trying to hold. There's the open. Yeah. More and more people are finding it. Once it hits about 5 million, that's when people, big folks, can really take the positions that they want. But right now it's what, got 300,000 to go until 5 million. So we'll see what kind of action happens there, and then we want to see the 5 to 10 million sentiment. What's gonna happen? Good morning, Donnell. So the only one that I really saw that really interested me is BCTX. It is in competition with TGL and SBEV right now. BCTX is breast cancer, and it has catalyst from today, though. Almost 5 million shares traded on it. So somebody's taking notice. We just don't know who yet. Drops below 20% though. I'm like, might let you breathe for the day, my boy. But I'm interested to see what it does over 5. That's the only thing. If it pulls back over that 5, man, it's gonna get wild today. I'm not too worried about TGL or SBEV. Just needs to hold above this 418 level, really. 455's there. See if it wants to come on down. $450, slightly holding. All right. Candle hasn't closed yet, though. About to hit 5 million shares traded here in about 50,000 shares traded. Okay, back over here to what the market is doing. Still just holding under this ATR low. So as long as it's down here, I'm thinking bearish. Another stop down here at 450. Yeah, this one definitely with the low big name holders and all that stuff, this one can probably do some things today, but I don't know. Still in competition. It's almost a 5 million shares traded, but TGL and SBF still receiving a lot of attention. Let's go look at TGL and SBF. Still receiving a lot of attention until they end up breaking down under what, $3, and then SBF under 350. But neither one of these have catalysts though. That's the only thing. I'm like, man, these things kind of trash. All right. So we got a little hold and another little hold. And now we're hitting 5 million shares traded on this one. But we got these large topping tail wicks. But this is breast cancer. So we definitely want to keep this one in mind for today. Go, can get a little slammage down. Is that what it's trying to do? So finding some little bit more resistance right under that 5. Can we get back under those 475s? Very quick tap to that 475. Yeah, with this kind of action, I'm very interested to see what it can do over 5, to be honest. It's already been up here, what, a couple of times. 1, 2, whoops, wrong button. 1, 2, and back here a little bit up to 470s. Let me just make this a, ooh, let's just make this a line here. What is 475? Where it's been trying to hold. and above this 536, maybe some kind of action there. I don't know what these levels might be, but it's a little range is trading within now. Monitor TGL still acting up, looking like Murrah from yesterday. BCTX doesn't have much to take both of these out. 20% from where it is now. Up, what? Up. There's the fives. I was about to say 20% from where it is now. It'll be taking out both of these, TGL and SBL. So starting to get over that 5. We got a 537 up there. Up 36% with 5 million shares traded. Again, it is in an area that it got pushed out of before. But this is breast cancer. So it's one of those, I just want to wait for a dip that is obvious. And yeah. Getting on up there to this 537 level. Getting that 537. Some people selling a little bit. To 25 cents above the 5. Three minutes left till this candle closes. Let me get rid of this so we can see a little bit clearer. Clear. Whoops. Not clear drawing set. Clear. Remove this drawing. All right. It's got a little crack through that. Definitely above ATR high down here at 423. There's about a dollar move down from it from right here for it to get back to that level. Now 40%. Six million shares traded on it, catching up with SBL very quickly, running up, but hadn't caught it yet. So, yeah. Two minutes left on this candle. Nice little spice and dice through there. What is the close going to look like? It's going to be holding at 537. Or does it want to? Looks like it wants to get those 550s on board, huh? Okay, there's new open candle. So now what's the probability of it taking it out this whole candle here? Kind of low probability. Still waiting for a pullback though. This thing just got going. I saw this had the breast cancer news and all that, but don't want to get hoaxed in when it could do a pullback to better prices, especially during pre-market. So 537 is that area to break back into. Get a healthy pullback here. 537, tapping it there. Let's see what you want to do from here. Do a little wick through there. Is that it? All right, so this one has, wait, where'd it go? Where did it go on my scans? Oh boy, BZTX disappeared off my scans, huh? Oh, it's shifting. Okay, so it's transitioning there. All right, you got back up here and tested this level again. So that's 3 tests in this level of the 475 above the 475, and I'm thinking that could be the hold point. Right now, the point of control is still at 492 down here, where the majority of shares were traded. Now, I do like this top here. We did not have some type of high wick or anything like that. So that could be a very nice breakout point at the 550 on this one. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Will it break down those 520s? $525, 524s. So popping around those 525s right now. Yeah, I know. All right. It's got 8 million shares traded, 6 million left to catch up with SBEV. But we wait for these candles to close. I like to see an obvious dip. I want to see, shorts really get in there, get gritty and nasty, and then it takes off. This one was not obvious. This was a big wick, 2 wicks down, and then it shot up, and I'm like, nah, I'll wait. But 2 million shares left to get to 10 million here. Broke down to 522s very quickly. 5 minutes left on this candle. Pulling all the way back up to that 537. And this candle may not close in a dip. It may actually go back green. Right, 37 again. But yeah, out of all of them, this is the one that I kind of like the most based on catalyst, based on all of the statistics that we looked at, the float and all that good stuff. Let me go back and look at the NQ real quick. Still just right here in consolidation under the ATR highs. Nothing special about that. $5.20. Candle has 3 minutes left on it. Oh, Canada. Giving us something to play with today, possibly. Haven't decided yet. Almost 9 million shares traded on this. Will it need to go back and test $5? Is the question. All right, about 30 seconds left on this candle. trading below the previous point right here of that top 537 that it came and kind of struggled on. Will it close under 520? Under 525s? 15 seconds. 523s. And here's the open of the next candle. All right. Wait, am I tripping? No, this isn't the open of the next candle. That's the open of the next 5-minute candle. Still got 5 minutes to go. I'm tripping. 535s, tried to get up there. Trying to hold up that 525. A lot of folks with a lot of hopes and dreams at that 525 looks like. Okay. Candle still hasn't closed. Back to that 537 point. Now that point is looking like buyers are interested in that 537. But can it close above it? That'll be the proof in the pudding. I mean, based on the Catalyst Ghost win, I think it could rip and run. Breast cancer and all that, we know. We've seen breast cancer go to the moon. It's just the positioning, really. Like you just got to get positioned in there and, kind of hold for the move. But yeah, with the catalyst that it has, I mean, it does have some parabolic catalysts. We've seen it time and time again. I don't really know if when it will happen, but it's one of those things. It's like who knows, right? But we do know the news, we do know the statistics, we do know what they're working on. Three minutes left on this candle. It has tested that 537 multiple times now. Will it begin to fade that 525 now? Point of control is still 492, which is crazy. It's almost 10 million shares traded. I would think that it had moved up by now, but not yet. Two minutes left on this 15-minute candle now. And this is where a lot of retail that is trading on pre-market get kind of like, they're like, wait a minute, why isn't this thing just going? Given this long pullback, why isn't it just going? All right, now we have about 45 seconds to the close of this 15-minute candle. 15 seconds. $5.25. All right, so it's opening under that 537. Does it have a little bit move, a little bit more to the downside here? We'll see. Definitely have a verified level up here though. This 537 was not playing any games. It tried to get over it, tried to make it a support, tried to make it a resistance, but could not in the short term. So if on the open it goes for that, that's going to be looking pretty good to try to play. And then the SPY isn't doing anything. It's just sitting sideways. Volume is kind of going stale here. It was pretty moving pretty well just a couple minutes ago, but the volume is it's almost a 10 million shares traded, 9 million on the board, 400,000 to go. Okay, coming back up and looking at that resistance of that 537. Again, I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back. Oi, 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 oi. Doi, 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 doi. All right. About to hit 10 million and 200,000 shares. So we saw the 537 become quite a bit of a problem. Will it break down this bottom of the 510? It's only 10 cents away. The ATR on this one was 49 cents from yesterday. So moving on average 49 cents per day. Mira was a pump and dump. Look at it. Mira, Mira. Yeah. What's the volume on this one? Why isn't it up right now? Or does it have, it's too high of a float. That's why I don't see it. Mira, too high of a float. Yeah, just a pump and dump. Yeah. BCTX. Coming back up, looking at though at that 537 again. That 537 is not playing any games with it, huh? He's trying. Got a. Oh, it barely touched it right there. That's scary. Barely touched that 537. Let's see if it yanks down. 537 right back under it. Let's get back down there real quick. Real short set. 539, 539, 539, 538, 537. There it is. And yank it back on down in there. 537, holding that thing like a monster on the 15-minute. Okay. So at least we're seeing where we're identifying where resistance is right now. Not saying it won't break this during the day, but I kind of like to see where this stuff is going to be occurring. Okay. So there's 521s. We got a 510 down here at the bottom. What you want to do, big boy? Multiple times. Okay, so it just reached 10 million shares traded. Has 5 million shares to go to catch up to SBEV. And then TGL is still basically at 19 million as well. So let's take a look over here at SBEV. Made this little move up. Still has not broken down this 350. TGL still riding right on that ATR high. But neither one of those have catalysts. Bull, let me go look at Bull here. Bull, this one went up from $10 all the way to $79. And during the pre-market, let's see, so this was yesterday. Just zoom in just a little bit. Okay, so it came back down to the ATR low there at 57.36, broke that down, came back up, hit the ATR low right there, came back down. Okay, so I don't know. It's got this ATR low right now of 34.05, got an ATR high of 48. Well, I mean, I could just read it. It's right here on the label. 48, 47, 87 on the ATR high, 33.93 down there on the low. And it's kind of sitting in the middle. So which way will it favor? And Bull, I don't know if it had a beta yet because it was IPO. So I don't know how it follows the market. Yeah, they got the beta set to 1. So, it's positive, but I don't know what it can do from there. All right, big boy. What you trying to do, BCTX? With your little 38%. Okay, the NQ is starting to look like it wants to go down some more. So it came up, tested consolidation after the gap down, now holding down and looking like it's starting to pedal its way down here. Back over to BCTX, coming down here quickly to the 510-ish level. Can it hold up $5? Is the question that looks like is being posed right now. Okay, 497. 505s. We know where the resistance is up here at like 540-ish. Sitting on $5 right now, but has broken a new low. So this is 509, and we broke down here to 495. This candle still has about 5 minutes left on it, this 15-minute candle. And that's the thing, with these 15-minute candles, I don't even have volume up here, like my volume subgraph or any of that. I just look at the candles on the 15-minute. I'm like, okay, this is a lot of selling pressure. This is a lot of selling pressure. This was some spontaneous buying pressure, right? I'm just like, it is what it is. As a matter of fact, I don't have anything dealing with volume on my chart, actually, on any of them. All right, there's 487s, big old dip down there. The only volume that I have is over here on my scanners to pretty much tell me how much volume has been traded. But candle for candle, I'm just like, look, I'll just look at the candle. I'll just look at the range. But yeah, this, I know some people, retail got trapped up here looking for this thing to go higher. Definitely getting some sell off and has gone under $5, under 30% now. Almost, it's 31%. Almost. Has just reached 10 million shares traded. How can a stock move up without volume? It can't. I'm just saying I don't need to see the volume to know that it's moving up. I just need to see the previous data. I want to see, a good dip. And what I mean by a good dip, I mean a noticeable dip on the 15-minute. And the only way I can get to that is watch candles close. So this one looks like a dip, but this one definitely hasn't closed. I don't know if it can go further to this 475. I don't really know. It's down here around that point of control we talked about earlier, 492. But yeah, it's not moving without volume. It's just I just want to see the candle, basically. Give me the candle. Now, I do know that it's got 10 million shares traded on it, but I don't know the distribution exactly. I do know the point of control where the majority of trades went through at 492. Came down there and revisited this previous level of 490-ish. This is a nice long candle too. So to take this candle back out, it's gonna take some power. And I don't know. I don't know if that power is gonna come right now. Especially will buyers jump in and catch the knife that's falling through 5 right now. As far as the large caps and the mid caps, leading the day is Nvidia. Nvidia down here to the ATR low. It's got 15 million shares traded on it. Oh, the NQ. I was like, why is Nvidia looking like this? Okay, NQ is swan diving as well. It broke the previous low there. All right, and so it came down here. This is where it first bounced off of this 18.6, but under this ATR low, I'm thinking it's going to be bearish on the day. Yesterday we had a pretty good consolidation day, but this is looking pretty bearish. Back over to BCTX. We get a continuation. So it almost touched 475. So I'm gonna take 475 out because I didn't actually see that happen. I definitely saw that 550, but that 475, I don't even know what that. Oh, that was dealing with this ATR high, but that's looking a little bit irrelevant right now. So now only up 27%. Isn't gonna push down anymore. Breast cancer news, doing this nice little fade in here. You can't see me, Camille? You can't see me? You can't see me moving around? Now I keep my light off during the morning, bro. These mornings, man, having these lights all on, it throws off my circadian rhythm. It burns my eyes out. Ghost Wind said, "Oh, I see. Well, I use a percent net buy. I will flash my light on temporarily, which will throw off my circadian rhythm temporarily here. Ah, okay, turn that off. All right. Oh man. All right. So, yep. So look at this. Look at this fall from grace that it did. This is still my favorite one on the day, but it's still in heavy competition with things that shouldn't be outperforming it, like TGL, which is at 306 with 20 million shares. Why are people still trading this? That I don't know why this is still getting more attention than BCTX. It doesn't make sense. Same thing with SBEV. Why? No catalyst, no reasoning, nothing. Getting more attention. Why? 16 million shares traded here. So I'm going to give TGL and SBEV time to fill out. So this is what I'm looking at on my little scanner here. I got BCTX, I got SBEV at 52%. Why though? And BCTX has some pretty good catalysts, I thought. But apparently, looking at who's viewing the TV channels over here on the volume, TGL and SBEV still have some viewers, right? So it's whatever. I'm gonna let them keep viewing it, and I'm gonna wait till BCT wants to become king on the day, if it is today. Also, it matters what that ATR high comes out to be. If it never gains that ATR high, then oh well, I'm not worried about it. I will come back on another day and see if it's getting love. But yeah, it's dropped down below that point of control 492, and now it's up here looking like it's making that 492 a little bit of resistance there. So, Camille, what in the world, bro? Camille ain't right. Oh man. But yeah, pretty good observation. We know that the NQ is traveling downwards. I'm still waiting on XOXL to come on down. Looking over here, let me pull this down. So it's at 936 right now. And let's go to XOL on the main chart here. Max. All right, so XOL has a nice little downtrend. It came all the way down to those sixes. Really, to be honest, if it comes down to 7 again, I might start a position. I really was expecting it to continue down. We just saw that news today about China saying that they will come to talks with the U.S. As long as we come respectfully. So we'll see how that goes as well. But you know, whatever happens, I want to get some good buys. And also, let's look at what Bitcoin's doing this morning too. Where's my Bitcoin chart? Bitcoin, where you at? Bitcoin still holding that 83 up, 83,000. Okay. So, it never did come down and touch that 71 that I was looking at. Jump back up to this 83, but as the markets come down, will crypto follow? It's been a slow follower because even on the dump of the market, when it had the big, tariffs going in effect and all of that, this thing was pretty stable. So I was like, okay, looks good. But interesting. How's y'all's are y'all into crypto too, or y'all just stock market, or what are y'all into? I'm into it all. I'm into everything. But yeah, definitely disappointing that BCTX has come down this much. Um, we'll just have to see if it can become number one. But as of now, SBEV is leaving it in the dust. R. Lowell from Kick says, I know this has got to be a bot, right? It says, great stream, 100%. I really enjoy this game you're performing. Well, I could like to play with you sometime. Add me up on Discord. What? You can't play this game with me. This is a solo only event where you can get fried in this game for not taking in the scenery. Oh, that's got to be a bot. All right. Anyway, I'm about to jump on off of here. I will continue watching BTCX, but I don't want to have imaginary expectations if it's not going to be the number one on the day. TGL is doing this thing, and then SBEV is still. Those two need to fail. If those two can fail, then I'll be like, all right, let's play ball with BCTX. But for now, they're holding their own against something that they should not be holding their own against. It's kind of like watching somebody with no armor, nothing on, fighting a dragon. It's like, why are you holding out? Why are you? What is happening here? It's a dragon, bro. Fire breathing, ice chunking, tail slinging dragon, and you're holding your own with no variables. Why? Why? And then this guy out here that should be a dragon is in like a submissive mode, getting pushed down by shorts, and it should be a dragon. So taking that into consideration, I'm like, okay, I got time to think. I'll think about this. So again, this one's showing a little bit of downwards pressure towards this 477. Small little peak down, 470s. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. I'm like, why are you in this position? You should not be. It's only up 25% now. Has this previous bottom of the 449s. And I'm just not impressed with this dragon. Anyway, like I said, I'm about to get up out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. BCTX, definitely on watch. And SOXL, come on, dive, baby. Dive. I need to look at my dividends real quick, though. Dividends. All right, Intel back under 20 bucks, which is good. Just waiting for that to come down. Let me see. RC still at 445. I don't know if I want to invest in that one. That one's kind of janky. RGP, waiting for that one to come down some more. I already got a position started in that. And, NWL, already got a position started in that. XRX, already got that. MEI. That's it. Nothing else new has popped on to my scans. Once they come into my buy zones, I'm like, let's get it. Go ahead and get a position started. And if it wants to come down lower, just add to the position. Because if these are the only ones that I'm seeing, I just add to these until something else pops up. And then I add to that, you know. And as they go back up, I'm in the green, right? Now, for these dividend plays, what I'm looking for is to get, as far as positioning, I'm looking to get 500 to 750 shares. So I'm buying till I get to that point. And as they cross back over my break even, you know, I'm sitting, every dollar is 500 to 700 bucks, right? Plus I'm getting the dividend payment on top of that. Now, for most of these companies I'm invested in, I do like to see what they're doing to, one, are they going bankrupt? Are they losing money? What's going on? Why are they down this low? Two, is it a visibility issue? Are they facing lawsuits? Are they going through XYZ? You know, is there some factors legally holding them down, right? For RC, that's kind of the case. For RC Capital, they've been going through some legal battles as far as getting blamed for loans not doing what they're supposed to do or not maturing like they're supposed to. They've got a couple of legal things going on. So for that, I'm like, I don't know if I want that. But for some of these that are down, there may be gas and oil, or they may be, some other natural resource or something like that that's down. I'm like, okay, I'll give you a chance. Because the thing is, it takes me a long time to get to full size, a long time. Because I just buy a little bit, and I come back, maybe the next month look into it, and be like, oh, I'll buy a little bit more. Come back, oh, that's performing well. I'll buy a little bit more. So, it takes me a long time to get there. I'm not just chunking money at these. Now, on the drop on the market, I was chunking money for sure, but they kind of popped back up. So I was like, oh no, oh no. Anyway, that is it for me today. I got to get out of here for real. I got 8 minutes I got 5 minutes to my meeting here this morning. But anyway, let me read. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We will keep our eyes on everything in the market. Now, we do have the Discord. It is free to join the Discord. I don't see the Discord link in here. Let me drop that Discord link. This is where we continue conversations after I go off stream. You see anything or I see anything, I post screenshots of my trades, screenshots of the levels that I'm looking at before the trades, all that stuff. But let me get that here right now for you. Oh, commands, Kamehameha wave, there it is. And I'll drop that. There we go. Bam. Okay. So yeah, that is it for me today. I'm about to tune out and get on down. And not seeing anything progress in the small caps like I thought they would, but I will definitely be ready for BCTAs if it wants to go crazy. Even during a pre-market, I already know the catalyst. I already know what's going on. If I see it up, I'm like, all right, let's play. But yeah, that's it for me today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. If you're going to continue to trade, definitely keep your head on a swivel. And I will see you in the next one, which will be tomorrow morning pre-market. And that's it. Peace.